Hello teachers, buon pomeriggio. Siete pronti per immergervi nella magia del Natale? Prima di dare la parola alla nostra speaker Louise, volevamo davvero ringraziarvi per i feedback positivi che ci avete inviato dopo i nostri webinar. Veramente grazie, grazie davvero. Vi invitiamo a dare un'occhiata alla nostra pagina Facebook Celtic Publishing perché c'è una novità, un blog in lingua inglese con la traduzione anche in italiano per chi volesse, Diary of an English Teacher, dove troverete spunti e riflessioni di Michelle. Michelle è un'insegnante inglese, di inglese, nella scuola primaria. Michelle è anche la nostra teacher trainer e autrice. E ora però che la magia del Natale abbia inizio. Ecco a voi Louise. Bye bye!
Hello. It's lovely to have you join me this afternoon for the Celtic Publishing webinar, Experience the Magic of a Traditional Christmas. Okay, my name is Louise Baxter, and I'm going to be showing you lots of ideas and activities that can get your children to talk about Christmas in English. Okay, now I have been teaching for over 20 years in various different language schools. I've taught children and adults, but I've also had very many years working in an international baccalaureate school in the primary years department in Milan with more than 60 different nationalities. And there I supported EAL students in their transition to an English-speaking school environment and guiding them across the curriculum. So today's classroom is ever more multicultural, and it is important and necessary to integrate a multicultural learning environment. So we're going to be sharing the Christmas spirit because it's a true celebration of diversity. From decorating Christmas trees, a German tradition, sending Christmas cards, which were first commercially produced in England, to creating beautiful nativity scenes made popular by St. Francis of Assisi in Italy. And our traditional Christmas is in fact very multicultural, an assortment of traditions that we have adapted from other cultures. So today in this webinar, we will look at these traditions so you can stimulate creativity in the classroom, or if you are remote teaching and you're online, you will be able to do all of these activities. We have Christmas poetry, songs, art and craft ideas that makes it the magical Christmas that we celebrate today. So let's have a look at some of the symbols that we have in our home. We've got the Christmas tree, the nativity scene, the Christmas advent calendar. Jingle Bells is a song that we all know very well. The Poinetia plant, which is La Stella di Natale in Italy. This plant originated from Mexico and it was imported to America where it became very popular. In fact, it's celebrated on the 12th of December. And then we have the Star of Bethlehem, or the Star of Christmas, that talks about the very first Christmas. Okay, Christmas, what a lovely word. This is an activity that you can do in your classroom on the board, or if you are teaching online, you can do a simple PowerPoint or Google presentation to create this activity. I'm going to be doing it with you, so I want you to get ready and type into your chat box. My question is, when you hear the word Christmas, what do you think of? So start thinking about all those words in English that you know about Christmas and type them in. Okay, we have the Christmas tree. Santa Claus, yeah, or Father Christmas. Christmas decorations. Presents or gifts, well done. snowman, snowflakes, Christmas stocking, Christmas cards, Christmas star, presents there, okay, Christmas star, Rudolph and his reindeers, well done, Christmas carols and the carolers, the elves, of course, that help Santa, baubles that you put on the tree. You're doing very well. Jingle Bells, which is the song we all know. Okay, the nativity scene, Christmas cake or Christmas pudding, and of course the angel. And of course, there are many, many more. You're typing in lots of words. There's also mince pies, there's candy cane and Christmas lights. You're doing very well. Well done, well done. Okay, another activity that we're going to do is look at the colours of Christmas. And again, this is an activity that you can do in the classroom or on your screen. There are many colours which are traditionally associated with Christmas. So you may want to ask your children, what colours do you see at Christmas? Or what are your favourite colours during this season? Try to get them to elicit and think about all those colours in English and get them up on the board. So what colours are associated with Christmas? Again, if you want to type them into your chat box, do so. We have green, red, white, gold, blue, and there is also purple, which is the colour of Advent. Now, this is a point where you can ask your children, why do you think green is important during this season? Or why is red important at Christmas time? Try to elicit all of their feedback and all of their ideas, and then you can give them some information. Now, green, the Romans would exchange evergreen branches as a sign of good luck. The ancient Egyptians used to bring palm branches into their houses during the midwinter festivals. So if you are a teacher teaching la cuarta or la quinta primaria, this is a great opportunity to talk a little bit more about the Romans and the Egyptians and how they celebrated their winter months. The Midwinter Festival is the darkest and the longest night of the year. Red. An early use of red at Christmas were red apples and holly berries used to decorate homes. White. White is often associated with purity and peace in Western cultures. And of course, the snow is also very white at winter time. Gold. Well, gold is the color of the sun and light, both very important in the dark winter. And red and gold are the colors of fire that you need to keep warm. And I mentioned this in my last webinar, Let's Celebrate Autumn. Gold is also one of the presents brought to baby Jesus by one of the wise men. There was gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and traditionally the star that they followed. Blue is considered a very important color. In fact, it was considered almost royal during the ancient times. And if you see pictures or paintings of Mary, you will see that she was often depicted wearing blue to show that she was very important. Also, blue is the color of purity because it's also the color of the sky. So what better way to use all the magical Christmas colors by making a window or tree decoration, bright and colorful decorations with a stained glass effect. And I've given you 5 different ideas here for different levels. So as you can see here, we have the famous paper plate decoration. Very simple for the younger learners. All you have to do is cut out the center. You can then paint the paper plate using the Christmas colors that we spoke about before. And then behind that, you need to use some tracing paper or oven paper, some transparent paper, and the children can then go on to do a design. Now, last year with my children in class, we used the theme of Christmas lights. And as you can see, the children just designed their Christmas lights and with simple markers colored them in. When the light shines through, it's very, very pretty. So for the second year, la seconda primaria, we can look at some simple shapes to make. You can either get the children to cut out a triangular shape to make a Christmas tree or a star shape, or you can simply get the children to cut strips of paper about 8 centimeters long, 2 centimeters thick, to create their triangular shape or their star shape. And again, on the back, you can stick your tracing paper or your transparent paper on the back where you can use glue, water and glue mix. And then you can stick on some colored paper. Now the paper that we're using is tissue paper, carta velina, and you can decide what colors you want to do. So here in the example that I have for you, we've got strips of red and green. Now you don't necessarily need a Christmas template. You can use a cover or a lid or something you have in your classroom or something you have at home. For example, I have a simple circular lid that children can use to draw around. Once you've got your shape, you then stick on the back your transparent paper with the glue and water mix. You paste it on and put your strips across. When it's dry, you can then cut around and you've got your decoration. And this is the same procedure that you would use for these ones here, where you have a bauble, a candle, a bell, a star, and another Christmas tree there. Again, you can either use a template or the children can simply draw their own onto the card and cut it out. If you want to do something that is a little bit more different, we have this one here, which is made from wooden sticks like this one. And you can find all of these materials in an art and craft shop or in a local Chinese store where they have a lot of different art and craft materials. You will need 6 of those sticks to create 2 triangles, like this one. So I've got some colored sticks here. On the back, I have put the transparent paper and stuck it on. And I've done the same here. Okay, then once you have your transparent paper firmly secure, you can then use the glue and water mix to paste onto the back, and then the children can put strips or cut pieces of paper or ripped pieces of paper onto the back, and you get that effect. And then when everything is dry, you can then create your Star of David, okay, or your Christmas star. This is a really good activity for everybody in the classroom, even those that do not celebrate Christmas. If you have children that are celebrating Hanukkah, then this activity will be great because it's the Star of David there. And again, a lot of these templates you will find on the internet, but you will, at the end of this webinar, we will have all the necessary templates and resources for you to get. So another activity we can do that continues with the colours is a poem, and this is a lovely poem that's great for all the children from la prima all the way through to the quinta. The vocabulary is simple and they're looking at the colours. Oh, the colours of Christmas are beautiful to see. Oh, the colours of Christmas are all around me. Our Christmas lights are red. Our Christmas lights are blue. Our Christmas lights are orange. They are pink and purple too. Oh, the colours of Christmas are beautiful to see. Oh, the colours of Christmas are all around me. The colours of Christmas make me happy. So there's a lot of vocabulary that the children will be familiar with here. And it's always nice to have a poem to memorise at Christmas time as well. So continuing with poems, it's nice for you teachers as well to create a classroom poem together. This is another example where you can get your children talking and using the English vocabulary. So you can have up your Christmas colours on the board. In this example, I've used the same colours, red, green, white, gold and blue, and you can ask them, what do you see that is red at Christmas time? And it could be Rudolph's bright red nose, or it could be Santa's suit, or a red bauble, or the holly berries. So you can ask them to give you the feedback and create together a poem, which is nice. Next, you can ask them for green, white, gold and blue. When you've got a poem on your board, it's nice to let the children go off and create their own poem, and so they can be really creative as well. Christmas tree. Okay, who doesn't have a Christmas tree in their home? The Christmas tree, as we know it today, became popular in the 18th century Germany and spread to other European countries after Queen Victoria's German consort introduced the tree into England in 1840. But people started to decorate trees over 2,000 years ago, as they were seen as a symbol of eternal life. Here we have a lovely print of Queen Victoria's very, very first Christmas tree. Okay, so as you can see, it has the candles on. She's with her family, and this was in Windsor Castle. Now, early Christmas trees were decorated with nuts, fruit, pretzels, and cookies. Christmas lights first appeared in 1890. That was 50 years later. And before that, they used small candles to light up the tree. Okay, our paper plate Christmas tree for the first and second primaria. It's a lovely, lovely activity. And you will need a paper plate, but if you don't have time, it's great to use also other materials. Try to keep have a paper plate and not plastic, but if you don't have time, okay. But it's much more fun to paint them anyway. You will need green paint and brushes, coloured card or old Christmas cards that you can recycle, scissors, glue stick and a stapler. You will need a hole punch as well, and coloured cotton or string. Now, this is a really great and easy activity, but if your children have difficulty with their cutting skills, you can draw a line to help guide them around. And it's important to keep the thickness going here and not have it too thin. Okay, otherwise it will look like a snake and we don't want that. So here is one that I have for you and I'm going to talk about it. So it hasn't been painted, but just gives you the idea of the Christmas tree effect. And the lovely thing is with the baubles, you can use coloured card of your choice, or like I said, the Christmas cards. And then the children can be really creative with creating their baubles because you can decorate them how you want, or you could put a printed photo on the baubles if you want to, or write the names of their family on it, which makes it a little bit more personal. If you want to experiment doing 3D baubles, then you can use tissue paper, la carta velina, scrunched up, or tin foil, aluminium, scrunched up into balls and use those. Another option that you can do, there's so many options you can do with this. You can get the children to write some Christmas words like joy, peace, love, or happy Christmas, or star, or snowman, whatever you decide or whatever they decide to do. It really is a lovely activity. Now for the older children, we have something a little bit different. We have got a paper weaving activity. Now, weaving means intrecciare. And it's something that the children really have fun in doing. So the paper weaving Christmas tree craft is a great idea that you can do both at home or in the classroom. And all you need are 2 different coloured A4 card per child. Okay, so it could be light green and dark green, red or orange, red and white. And you will need some simple strips of card, and you can then decorate these Christmas trees when they're done with sequins or glitter, or hang them on the tree, or you can even make a Christmas card. But they look complicated, but they really aren't. And I'm going to show you a short tutorial here of how it's done. Really is very simple, but really very effective. And like I say, either a tree decoration or a Christmas card, it looks just as effective. And you can also make more than 1, 2 or 3, and they really are lovely. Okay, so Christmas vocabulary through songs. This is a great way again to revise all that vocabulary that the children now know, and you may want to ask them the question, what decorations do you hang or put on your Christmas tree? I'm going to ask you, type into your chat box, what do you put on your Christmas tree? We have baubles, tinsel, lights, of course, Reindeer, perhaps. Bells. Stars. Snowflakes. Bows. And Santa. Now, this is a really simple song. It's very repetitive. The children love it. And they find it quite funny, actually, because there's a little intruder there that shouldn't be there. Let's have a look.
What can you see on the Christmas tree? Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. What do you see on the tree? Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. What do you see on the tree? I see lights. I see bells. I see Santa. That's what I see. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. What do you see on the tree? Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. What do you see on the tree? I see a snowflake. I see an elf. I see a candy cane on the Christmas tree.
Okay, so that really is a lovely, lovely song, just to revise all that vocabulary. And you can even sing along with the children, and they can repeat the words as well. So, oops. Okay, he is loved by children all over the world during the festive season, and he has a different name in every country he visits. Do you know his name in these countries? So we know America is Santa, and in the UK, Father Christmas. In Italy, we know it's Babbo Natale. In France, Père Noël. In Germany, we have Christkind. In Russia, does anybody know in Russia what he's called? Any ideas there? Type in if you think you know. Ded Moroz. In the Netherlands, Sinterklaas, which is very similar to our Santa Claus. And Turkey, anybody know Turkey? Noel Baba. Okay. So in case you have children that are asking questions, does Santa exist? Or in case they have older brothers or sisters and they're questioning about Santa Claus, then you can tell them the story about Saint Nicholas. Now, he was born a very, very long time ago in Patara, a country that we now call Turkey. His name was Nicholas, and he was always a very kind and gentle person. He gave gifts and money to those who were less fortunate himself. Now, even though he was born in Turkey, he was actually Greek, and he became a bishop, un vescovo, when he was older, and he wore either a red or gold hat and a red cloak. Today, he is celebrated around Europe on the 6th of December as Saint Nicholas Day, protector of children. And Santa Claus, or Father Christmas, continues his memory. And if you have a look at the images, this one here is of Saint Nicholas, and this one is our famous Santa Claus. You can see that there are lots and lots of similarities happening there. Okay, with the red cloak, the white beard, the giving of presents, although here in this case, I think it's a sack full of fruit, because many years ago they didn't have such wonderful toys that our children have today. A lovely activity for our younger year learners is the Superstar Santa. You can do it together with the poem. You can print out the poem here and stick it on the back for the children to learn as well. He has big black boots and bright red clothes. He also has a bright red nose. He carries a sack on his back, presents for me and you. Ho, 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 ho. His name is Santa Claus. And a very simple activity here, but the children love it. A nice big star made out of card. You can get a template for this, or you can create your own, and the children can then paint it with red paint or color it with card. And then you will need the black card to create his gloves, his big black boots, and his belt. And here, simply some tin foil, carta aluminium, and for his beard and his hat, simply use the cosmetic cotton wool balls there. And the children will really love to do that. For the older children, it's always nice to have a literacy or a writing activity. And here is a very lovely creative template here for some writing work. I've chosen these that you can make Santa's face. Here are some templates to make his gloves and his boots. Now here you can be really creative as teachers. You can just ask your children after talking about Santa to maybe create a letter to Santa. If not, we've got some activities here and you can decide how you want to use them. You don't have to use both of them. You can use one or the other or both of them together, depending on your children's level of English. Now, on this one here on Santa, we have lots of different adjectives: happy, friendly, caring, jolly, special, unkind, helpful, intelligent, short, etc. So you can decide what adjectives you would like to put in. You don't have to have these ones, but the activity is for the children to then circle the adjectives that best describes Santa. You may want them to circle all of them or get them to choose just 5 of them. When they have that, they can write some simple sentences to describe Santa. So Santa is tall, and Santa is happy and friendly. He is plump and big, but he is gentle and polite. So you can really play around with the vocabulary of how you want it to work for your children. Here on this activity, you have a noun and adjective sort, where you have a list of different words. So we've got Santa, reindeer, hairy, tall, jolly, green, etc. And the children need to decide whether each word fits into the noun box or the adjective box. When they've got that, they can go off and create some sentences, or if they're able, you can do both of them. You can go off with all of the new vocabulary that they've got and then go on to create a nice writing activity, which they then can take home. So, and it would be really nice for their parents to see also some written work in English. Countdown to Christmas. One of the well-known traditions during the Christmas holidays is counting the days of the month of December until Christmas Day by an Advent calendar. This activity was started also in Germany more than 100 years ago. There are many, many advent calendars out today on the market. I personally like the ones with chocolate in, but I have chosen two lovely ideas that represent the nativity scene and the Christmas star, the Star of Bethlehem. It's always nice in the classroom to also create a advent calendar in the classroom with the children and get that language going there. With these two, there's lots of numeracy language going on. It's an opportunity to revise numbers up to 25, especially with this one. Whilst the children are making the advent calendar, they can count the paper chains that they make and count how many they have. Of course, they're going to need 25 of them. So you count them 1, 2, 3, 4 whilst you're making them. When you have the calendar made, it's then time to take away one of the paper chains. And that's when you can introduce how many, so how many days till Christmas. And then the children have to count each time how many days left they have until Christmas Day. So it could be 24, 23 days, 22 days. And that's when they start getting really excited. For the older children, we have this activity that focuses a little bit more on the, not the cardinal numbers, but ordinal numbers. So you're looking at the days of December, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. And as this pointer star goes around and reaches 25, then the star will eventually shine above baby Jesus. And the actual message as well, it's really, really lovely. Follow the star and find Christmas. So here, the materials that you will need are red, green and yellow card, 13 green strips and 12 red strips, or however, you can choose the colors that you want. Doesn't necessarily have to be green or red. Scissors, glue stick or sticky tape, glitter for the star, and it would be nice to put a Christmas message on the star or a Christmas poem that they've learned. So when they get to 25, when it's actually Christmas Day, maybe it's an opportunity for them on Christmas Day to say the poem or a song that they've learnt. With this one here for the older children, you will need white card, a countdown calendar printable, however you can make your own, or the countdown printable baby Jesus part here, although the older children can use a compass and they can create their own circle as well. You will need crayons, coloured markers, scissors, glue stick, glitter, just to make it all look very pretty and very Christmassy. And you will need something sharp, preferably a sharp pencil, just to make the hole to attach the star pointer there with a paper fastener. So continuing with the theme of a star, we have a lovely song that I'm going to show you. But before we do that, we're just going to have a look at the vocabulary here. It's very, very simple. It's very, very repetitive as well. So it's easy to learn. And unfortunately this year, because of everything, we won't be able to have a Christmas concert. However, it would be lovely if you did a Zoom concert or a Google Meet concert, get all the children online together to create some form of concert. And this song would be ideal. But before I play it for you, I just want to go through some of the vocabulary. So we have follow that star from wherever you are. Segui quella stella ovunque tu sia. It burns like an ember. Does anybody know what an ember is? If you do, type it into your chat box. Okay, an ember is a very, very hot piece of coal. La brace. Well done. Okay, so brucia come la brace. It's the heart of December. So follow that star. Follow that light. Let it lead through the night. It shines like a beacon. That's another word. Does anybody know what a beacon is? Okay, brilla come un faro. Okay, well done. You know your English really well. So it's the heart of December. It shines like a beacon to the faith, alla fede, that you're keeping. So follow that star. So without further ado, here we go.
Follow that star from wherever you are. Follow that star from wherever you are. It burns like an ember, it's the heart of December, so follow that star. Follow that light, let it lead through the night. Follow that light, let it lead through the night. It shines like a beacon to the faith that you're keeping, so follow that light. It burns like an ember, it's the heart of December. It shines like a beacon to the faith that you're keeping, so follow that star. 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 Follow that
Wow, isn't that lovely? I am ready for Christmas after that song. I'm ready to put up my Christmas tree and all my decorations. It's a beautiful song. So like I say, it would be great if you could get your children together online and do a Christmas concert that way. So, okay, let's go and have a look and see what's happening during the Christmas season at Story Lane. So we're going to be looking at some Story Lane pages. Some of you may be using the Story Lane books, and you will know that we always have a double page on festivities and celebrations. So during Story Lane 1, it's a selection of vocabulary, Christmas vocabulary, some colouring activities, and there's also another song. So let's just listen to this one. This one's a bit more jollier.
Sing! Father Christmas, coming down the chimney. Father Christmas, coming down tonight. He gets dark, what bad luck!
Okay, so that was a lovely jolly song there for the children to learn. Another activity, art and craft activity, is this one here that would make a lovely present for the nonni. It's used with a toilet roll and a printout that in the teacher's book, at the back of the book, they will find their printout there to use. Here is one like this. A glass jar has been used in this example here, which is just as fine. And inside there are lots of Christmas sweets and chocolates, and it makes a really, really lovely present. Okay, Story Lane 2. Story Lane 2 focuses a little bit more on more vocabulary. So you've got sleigh, bells and baubles, just adding to the vocabulary there, just expanding it. There's another song. A lovely activity is a word search with a secret message that the children have to discover. So it's lots of fun for them to do. There is also a colouring activity and an art and craft activity made from card and old Christmas cards, buttons and ribbons. Very simple, very beautiful and effective. Story Lane 3 looks at Christmas as a tradition. It looks also at question words, when, how, and what. There is a listening comprehension to do as well. And there is also the classic Christmas carol, Deck the Halls, which is always nice to learn at Christmas time there. And there is also an activity where the children have to listen to the correct order of the Christmas words to help the girl decorate the Christmas tree. Story Lane 4 focuses on a traditional British Christmas. There is a listening comprehension in exercise 1, and they have to listen to all the information about cards, crackers, and a pudding. Well, Christmas cards are sent. The British love to send Christmas cards to all their family and loved ones, friends, just to let them know that we're thinking about them during this period. There's also the Christmas cracker, and we always have the Christmas cracker in our home. It's great. It was invented by a very, very long time ago by a sweet maker, and his name was Tom Swift. And the idea that he wanted to inspire more children to buy his sweets. So he got the idea of putting the sweets inside a box that when you pulled it, it went pop. And the reason it goes pop is because there is a chemical inside that when you pull it, it cracks open. Inside a cracker, you will always find a paper crown, a joke, and a little token or a little toy for the children. So crackers are never amiss in a British family. Now, as for Christmas pudding or Christmas plum cake, it's made with mixed fruit and spices like nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, and ginger. And it is traditionally, the Christmas pudding is traditionally made 5 weeks before Christmas Day. And inside the mixture, a small silver coin is put inside, and whoever finds this silver coin, it's supposed to bring good luck, unless, of course, you swallow it, and it's not so fortunate, is it? Okay, story lane 5 focuses on the Christmas traditions around the world. And in this, on this page, sorry, we have the UK, Ireland, the USA and Australia, and they are basic listening and reading comprehensions for them to complete the text about each country. So December. December is the most holy time of the year. And as I mentioned before, we have on the 6th of December, there is St. Nicholas Day. On the 8th of December, we have the Immaculate Conception. On the 13th of December, there is Santa Lucia or Saint Lucy, which is celebrated in the Scandinavian countries, although Santa Lucia, I believe, was Sicilian from Syracuse. And on the 10th and the 18th of December, we have Hanukkah for Jewish families. And on the 21st of December, there's Yule or winter solstice, which celebrates the darkest and longest night of the year. So we need to remember with our children that we don't all share the same faith. So ask your children if they celebrate this month or season differently, and celebrate their differences too. It's a good opportunity to get them to talk about what they do in their family as well. I used, for Paola, you asked me what paper I used to make the activities. I use carta velina, which is tissue paper, and carta trasparente. It could be even oven paper. Okay, so getting back to you there, Paola. Thank you for that. So on this note, I would like to say a very, very big thank you to all you teachers, and you have all been absolutely incredible this year. It's been a particular year. You've been incredible in supporting your children and each other. Difficult year, lots of changes, lots of uncertainties, but you have all continued to teach with the same motivation and professionalism to keep the education system going. So on behalf of Celtic Publishing and Raffaello Libri and myself, we wish you a very, very healthy and happy Christmas. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again, and I'll see you soon.